Bill Wilson simply couldn't get out of his mind the fact that he was drunk while Ebby was sober. That was an image that just simply stuck and could not get out. In his mind, he should have been the one sober and Ebby should be the one drunk. He should be the one going around talking about being sober, talking to people like Ebby. And the fact that he knew Ebby and he knew that Ebby was an alcoholic was a big impact, because he could see that even though Ebby had only been sober for 2 months, that was 2 months longer than Bill Wilson was able to be sober before his big relapse. And so he was determined that he was going to find the answer to the problem. And one of the few things that stuck in Bill Wilson's mind from that visit was Ebby, when Ebby Thatcher said, "Why don't you find your own understanding of God?" So Bill Wilson, in fairness, had been trained to investigate companies, and he was very, very good at it. So he decided that he was going to investigate this Oxford Group movement and find what it was they had that he could use. And of course his plan was he was going to do this silently and anonymously without anybody knowing it. But of course he happened to get drunk along the way. So he showed up at Sam Shoemaker's mission as Oxford Group pretty clearly intoxicated, and he found some bum that latched onto him because he had a few dollars. And so the pair of them showed up, and they were pretty clearly intoxicated, and they were about to get thrown out when Ebby Thatcher stood up and approached, and he said, "Let them sit with me." He said, "I'll sponsor them, and if they act up, I'll get them out of here." And that was his first exposure, and Bill Wilson would later say that actually he caused quite a scene, to put on a big show about how he'd been converted and grabbed a tambourine and started singing camp songs. And he was in a total blackout the time he did it, and actually he was quite embarrassed by the whole episode. And that was Bill Wilson's first exposure to the Oxford Group movement.